Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulihil Kareem. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I would like to welcome everyone to the very first session, the understanding and the application of the Arabic letters. And some of you guys might say, brother, I already know how to read the Quran, so I'm going to go ahead and skip this video, and then I will come back later when we're doing tajweed. No. Whether you have never learned the Arabic letters ever in your life before, or whether you already know how to recite the Quran. Both ways, this session will be beneficial for you, and you will see why when we start the session, inshallah. So before we get into the Arabic letters themselves, we have a very important concept that we really need to understand, and that is the concept of S and H. So inshallah, let me go ahead and get my glasses on. Okay, so we have the concept of the letters S, okay, and sorry about my handwriting, it might be a little bit weird because it's hard to write with the keypad, but I'll try my best inshallah. So we have S and we have H, okay, and the question is, what does S stand for? And the answer to that is that S equals smile. S stands for smile, and we have another one right here. H, right? What does H stand for? H stands for heavy, okay? And so once we understand this concept that S stands for smile, H stands for heavy, keep that in our minds, inshallah, and that will be the two basic structures of the Arabic letters when we're learning the Arabic letters properly, okay? And so the next question is, okay, what does smiling have to do with the Arabic letters? This is very simple. Any letter that you say and you end up smiling on that letter, that is a smiling letter. When you're saying the letter, for example, the letter ba, ba, you can see a little bit of a smile. Ba. So this is automatically, ba is a smiling letter, okay? Okay. Heavy is any letter that you say and it has an aw sound. Aw. We're gonna use that. Aw. Aw, like in awesome. When you say the word awesome, your mouth is opening. Aw, aw, aw. That is a heavy letter. So let's take the letter ra, ra, ra. Your mouth is opening upwards. Kha, kha, kha. Your mouth is opening upwards. Sad, dad, ta, za. All of these are examples of letters that your mouth is opening upwards, right? That is a heavy letter right there. And any letter that you're smiling on, that is a smiling letter. So alhamdulillah, now that we understand this concept and we understand the structure, let's actually now go into the Arabic letters themselves. And for the people who have never learned them before, this is going to be your first time looking at the Arabic letters. And for people who already know, you're going to learn how to recite them properly. So let me go ahead and share the Arabic letters with you guys. So here we have them right here. Let's go ahead and get started from the very first line. Okay, so if I can get the annotating device. Okay, alhamdulillah. So right here we have the first letter, okay? And all you need to do for the people who have never seen these letters before is look at the letter and just memorize the sound in your head. So this right here is alif, alif, okay? So if you want a spell out of how that is spelled out, A, L, I, F. Okay, and you have the letter alif. So that one line sticking up like that, that is called alif, alif. Now, when you're saying this letter, can you tell me, is this a smiling or heavy letter? Will you be able to tell, is this a smiling or heavy letter? You should be able to tell that. Alif, alif. And if you said that it's a smiling letter, then you're absolutely correct. This is a smiling letter. Let's put an S for smiling. Sorry, that looks like a 5. S for smiling. Okay, let's move on to the next letter. Right here we have the letter ba. Okay, so this line like this with the dot under, that is one dot under, that is ba. Ba, ba. Okay, and to spell that out, we have B double A. So we could just say B double A. That's how you spell that, okay? So for the people who already did these letters, we tend to learn these letters in a very cultural way, meaning that back home they teach it in a certain way, and the actual Arabic language, we have to learn how to say it properly. So when we're taught these letters, we're taught to say, just say alif, alif, ba, alif, ba, alif, ba. That's not how you say it. You have to do smiling on the smiling letters in order to say it properly. That it using the smile and heavy technique automatically makes the lesson or the recitation of these letters much more clear and much more better. So we have alif, not alif. And then we have ba, not ba. Okay. Next, we have this letter right here with the two dots on top, a smiley face. Let's just call this a smiley face with the two dots on top. And there we have da, da. Okay. So for the people who are learning this for the first time, this is not ta. We're not saying ta, but da, da, da. We're saying like as if like there's a th here, right? So yeah, let's just put a h here. What am I saying? Okay. Or let's make that better. Okay, so we have the letter T. That's actually the better way to say it. So you know how you would say thank you? Thank you? That's exactly what this is. Da, 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 as in thank you. So this is what that is. Da, but make sure that you have a smile, right? So we skipped that part for ba. We said ba is a smiling letter because we're simply smiling on this letter. Same thing with da, da. We are smiling over here. Okay? Next we have, so we let's review one more time. We have alif, then we have ba, okay, and then we have ta. Okay, now we have the smiley face with three dots on top. So first we had a smiley face with one dot under, a smiley face with two dots on top, which was ta, and now we have a smiley face with three dots on top like that. And this is tha, tha. So there's two letters that have like an S sound. We have the letter sin, we have the letter, actually there's three. We have sin, sod, and the letter tha. So how do we know the difference between these? For this one, the smiley face one with three dots on top, you have to make sure that your tongue comes between your teeth. So a lot of people, they just say sa, sa, and that's not how you do this. So you're going to make sure that you say this letter properly by bringing your tongue between your teeth like this, like that. Sa, sa, sa. So that's exactly how it's going to happen. So you're just going to make sure that your tongue comes between your teeth when you're saying this. Sa, sa. So you should have a lisp. Basically, what this is doing is giving you a lisp as you're saying S. Sa, sa, like that. And for this one, we also know that this is smiling simply because we're just smiling when we're saying this letter. Sa. Okay? So we have alif, ba, da, and then we have tha. So this is basically just putting the same thing as ta, but we're adding an s at the beginning. So let's spell this out. We have sorry about that. We have S T H, and then when we have double A, tha, like that. So that's how it works. So we have alif, ba, ta, tha. Okay, this one is a little bit different. We have right here this letter, we call it Jim, Jim. So first, let me spell this out for you. So we have J, and then E, E, M. We have the letter Jim, Jim. Okay, and this one we automatically know this is a smiling letter, right? Because we're automatically smiling. Jim, Jim. So we know that this is definitely a smiling letter, simply because we're smiling as we're saying it. So now we finished the first line, alhamdulillah. Alif, ba, ta, sa, jim. Okay, and let's move on, alhamdulillah. So now we have this one that looks like this. Okay, so this letter right here looks just like this letter, except this letter has a dot in the middle. This one has no dots around it at all. Okay, so this one with no dots around it at all, this is ha, simply to be written as H A A, H double A, ha. So in the Arabic letters, you'll notice that there's two letters that sound the same. They have like a ha sound, ha, right? This one is different though. The next one I'll show you, it's coming up towards the end. But this right here, this has to come from your throat. Like put your breath into it. Ha, ha, ha. This is one of the throat letters. Ha, okay? And you're smiling here when you're saying it. Ha, right? So then we know for sure that this right here is a smiling letter. Okay? So alhamdulillah, we have all, we finished 6 of them. Alif, ba, ta, sa, jim, ha. Okay? And somebody might ask, brother, I am a person who's learning the Arabic letters for the first time. How am I supposed to like look at these and remember which one is ba, which one is ta? That you look at the dots for these 3. You look at the dots. The one with the dot, 1 dot under is ba. 2 dots on top, da. 3 dots on top, tha. And that's just something that you have to memorize as we're moving on. And then we have a jim right here. And then the one that looks like jim but with no dots, that is ha from your throat. Let's move on to the next letter. And we have the letter kha. We have the letter kha, kha. So how do I say this letter? You're basically scratching at the top of your mouth. Like that. Kha, kha. Okay? And when you're saying this letter, are you smiling? Let's think about it. Kha, we're not. So this is automatically one of the first heavy letter that we're dealing with. This is the first example of a heavy letter because we're simply just not smiling. Kha when we're saying this. Okay? And how to say this? We can basically just write right here that it says K H. KH makes the sound, and then A. So we have kha. Okay. Next we have the letter dal. Dal. So first let me write that for you. How to say it in English? D A A L. Dal, right? For the people who are Desi, Indian, Pakistani, Bangladeshi, or whatever you may be, this is not dal, like dal chawal. This is actually dal. So you're actually going to smile on this letter, and you're saying dal. Now in India and Pakistan, they actually teach you sometimes to say dal, dal. This is dal. This is kha. This is ha. This is jim, tha, ta, ba. Like that's how they teach you. And that's not correct because you need to have your smiling and your heavy letters applying to these. So let's review real quick. This is, let's finish this first. Dal. So we know that we're smiling. So this is a smiling letter. Dal. Dal. So let's review from the beginning. We have alif. We have ba, 1 dot under. We have da, 2 dots on top. We have tha, making sure your tongue comes out. Tha, and 3 dots on top. Then we have jim with the dot in the middle. Then we have ha with no dots around it. Ha, and it's coming from your throat. Ha. And then we have kha, scratching at the top of your mouth. Kha. And because we're opening up our mouth like that, this is a heavy letter, standing H for heavy, like we said. Next we had dal, dal, right? So that is a smiling letter. Next we have zal, zal. So this is dal, and this is zal. So it's basically like taking a Z sound, but you have a lisp on the Z sound as well. Just like the tha, we said that we have a lisp here, right? We're saying tha, our tongue is coming between our teeth. Tha, exactly here, our tongue is coming between our teeth, and we're saying the Z sound. So zal, Zal, zal. Okay, so we can say Z. We can put an H for that part. So, sorry, that's an A, double A, L. So we have zal, zal. Okay, and this also is a smiling letter. Okay. Next, right here, we have the letter Ra, Ra. And how do you spell that out in English? And the reason I'm spelling out in English is for the people who are beginners, just so that it's easier for them to understand the letter. Ra, like raw fish. That's exactly how you say it. Raw, 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 right? But don't make it sound like raw, raw, like a English word. Have it sound more like of an Arabic letter. So you're not saying raw, raw. Just like over here, you're not saying ta. We're not saying ta. We're saying da, like thank you, da. Over here, we're saying raw, raw, raw. So it's just like saying the word raw, the word raw, but we're just making the R sound more heavy. You know, you see what I'm saying? Raw, raw, like that. Okay? And for the first lesson, we'll only cover the first 3 lines of the Arabic letters just for you to understand them completely and comprehend them in your mind. So this letter right here, raw, we know that we're not smiling. So this has to be a H for heavy letter. Okay? Next, we have the letter Z. Z. This is a very, very clear Z sound, just like a buzz when it's buzzing. Z, z. This is a very clear Z sound. So, Z, A, Z, right? This is easy because we're just smiling. Z, Z, a very clear Z sound, and then just add an A. So take it together. Z. That's how we're doing this. And then this is a smiling letter. So we're smiling. Z. Now some people just say za, za. That's not correct because you're not giving its full sound, how it should sound. Okay? So let's review real quick. We have alif, ba, 1 dot under, da, 2 dots on top, sa, sa, your tongue coming out, sa, 3 dots on top. Then we have the letter jim, jim, okay? And then we have the letter ha, ha, from your throat, ha. And then the scratching one with 1 dot on top, kha, kha, kha. And then we have dal, dal, okay? And then we have the one that looks like dal but with a dot on top, and that is zal, zal. And this one also your tongue comes out. Zal, zal, like that. Next we have the letter ra, the letter ra, which is a heavy letter. And then we said the last one was za, za, okay? And we just have 4 more letters and then we're done for today's lesson, inshallah. So we have the letter sin, sin. This is a very clear S sound, a very clear S, a very clear S. Sin, sin. So, hey, have you seen that show? Or have you seen that dude? Sin? That's what we're talking about. Sin, okay? And this is very clearly a smiling letter because we're just simply smiling when we're saying it. So S for smile. Sin. Okay, this one with 3 dots on top, it looks like seen, but has 3 dots on top. This is what we call sheen. Sheen, spelled like that. S-H-E-E-N. Sheen, sheen. Okay, so sh-een, putting those together, sheen. And we have S for smile. Okay, next we have the letter. This is a little bit different. We have the letter sod, sod, sod. Okay, so this one is a heavy letter because obviously you're not smiling. So we'll put an H there for heavy. Okay, Okay, we have S-A-W. Okay. Hey, I saw that guy. I saw that guy over there. Saw. Make that even more heavier. So instead of saying saw, I saw that guy, say saw. Make your tongue be at the side of your teeth. Saw. It's very heavy. And then just add a D at the end. So I sawed. Okay? So we're not saying sawed, but sawed. So if you look here, there's actually a dal ending, right? So we said dal, dal, right? So that's how this is ending. Sawed. It's ending with that D sound if you hear. Sawed. Okay? Right here we have dod. So law. It's like taking a D sound but making it really thick and heavy. Law, not the, because if we say the, this is the. This is law, heavy. Lord, Lord. That's how we're saying it. So D-H-A-W-D. So D-H-A-W-D. Lord. Okay, and this is also a heavy letter. So let's review one time real quick from the beginning. Alif, smiling letter. Ba, smiling face with a dot under. Ba. Smiling face with two dots on top. Da, thank you. Da. Okay? The third one is the letter Sa. Your tongue has to come up from between your teeth. Not like, you don't have to bring it all the way out, but a little bit. Sa. Okay? This one right here, like this, and it has one dot in the middle. That is Jeem. Smiling also. Okay? Then we have the letter that looks like a Jeem but with no dots around it. And that is Ha. From your throat. Ha. Okay? Next we have the letter Ho. The letter Ho. You're scratching at the top of your, the roof of your mouth. Ho. And that is a heavy letter. Then we have the letter Dal. Not Dal, Dal. So you're ending in a L sound. D-A-A-L. Dal. Okay? Next we have the letter Zal. So this is a Z sound, but it's not a very clear Z sound. It's a Z sound with a lisp. So you're going to put it between your teeth. Zal. Just like the tha we said we put it between our teeth, same thing with this. Zal. And then we have the letter Ra, heavy. The letter Z, a very clear Z sound. The Z is very clear. Z. And then we have the letter Seen. Like, have you seen that guy? Seen. And then Sheen with three. So Sheen looks like seen with three dots on top though. Sheen. And the letter Sod. And then the letter Lod. Sod with no dots. Lod with one dot on top. And that's all we're doing for these for today's Arabic letters alphabet, and then we'll cover the rest in the next session, inshallah. I remind you to please share this channel as much as you can, because the more you share it, the more reward you're getting for everyone else is going to be learning this. And please stay tuned, inshallah, and I'll be posting videos pretty often, and we will go in detail just like we went in detail today, alhamdulillah. And please keep me in your du'as. Jazakallahu khairan. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.